Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight on your Friday. I'm Sophie Erber. We have some new information tonight about the heavy police presence off Gordon Drive in Sioux City today. Just afternoon, that incident started unfolding. KCAU 9's Mallory Smith joins us live now with the late details in our top story at 5.
Just a few hours ago, this parking lot was filled with law enforcement, all on the search for two men. That incident started right here behind me at the Super 8 Motel on Stone Avenue. Police say they located a vehicle that was stolen out of Sioux Falls at gunpoint on March 25th. But as deputies approached the vehicle, one man got out of the car and fled the scene. He was apprehended a couple blocks away outside of Jim's Lounge. The other suspect involved was not located right away, but was later found at a residence. They are both in custody.
We're currently working with Sioux Falls Police Department to further investigate that robbery. Officers are also investigating the two subjects that were taken into custody today for some other crimes in the city.
Spalding Park Elementary School was temporarily locked down as a precaution as police searched the area. Charges are expected but not yet filed. Reporting live in Sioux City, Mallory Smith, KCAU 9 News.
All right, thanks, Mallory. And at least 100 students from South Sioux City High School walked out of class today to protest against what they say are racist and sexist issues from within their school. With homemade signs and megaphones, these students gathered in front of their school's entrance as a demonstration against school staff they say have treated minority students poorly. The school administration says they're listening to the students and want them to know their voices are being heard, and that the district is working on those issues. We'll hear from both sides coming up tonight at 6. Two Iowa environmental activists who took credit for causing millions of dollars in damage to the Dakota Access Pipeline in Buena Vista County could possibly spend decades in prison. Jessica Resnick and Ruby Montoya have pled guilty to torching construction equipment and cutting holes into the Dakota Access oil in Iowa and South Dakota. These two were indicted on 9 separate federal charges back in 2019. They have agreed to plead guilty to 1 charge of conspiracy to damage an energy facility. They're scheduled to be sentenced at the end of May. Damage to the pipeline in Buena Vista County totaled $2.5 million. Oil began flowing through the pipeline back in June of 2017, but could soon come to an end. In January of this year, a federal judge ruled an environmental impact study prior to construction was not sufficient and ordered that pipeline shut down. A federal appeals court then reversed that ruling, saying it was the Army Corps of Engineers' decision on whether or not to shut down the pipeline while a new environmental study could take place. Meanwhile, President Joe Biden has not yet made a decision on a possible shutdown, but the Army Corps of Engineers says that pipeline will remain in service for the meantime. Car accidents are something that law enforcement officers are used to responding to. What they're not so familiar with is when that crash involves an electric or hybrid vehicle. Knepler Chevrolet hosted an electric vehicle extrication training today for the Sioux City Fire and Rescue Technical Team. The program is intended to better prepare local firefighters for emergencies involving electric and hybrid vehicles. Officers say knowing the threats before they face and attack an electric vehicle fire leads to a quicker and safer response. And tragic news out of Great Britain today. Prince Philip, the country's longest-serving royal consort, has died. Thousands of tributes now pouring in for the Duke of Edinburgh. According to a statement from Buckingham Palace, Prince Philip passed away peacefully in his sleep this morning at Windsor Castle. His death comes after he spent about a month in the hospital following an infection. Prince Philip and Queen Elizabeth II were married for more than 70 years. Prince Philip was 99 years old. Also, sad news on the music front as rapper DMX also passed away today. The artist's family says the musician, whose real name is Earl Simmons, died following a heart attack he had last week. The rapper was last reported to be on life support for a few days now. DMX released his first album back in 1998 and also starred in several movies. He is survived by his 15 children. He was 50 years old. It's time tonight for our first check on the weather now. Meteorologist Marcus Beasley standing by. Marcus, today is the day a lot of us were waiting for when things finally felt like they were drying out here in Siouxland.
That's right, Sophie. We have had dry conditions throughout the day. Those clouds still sticking around, but we've also had warmer temperatures as well. 57 degrees was our high temperature today in Sioux City. 56 in Wayne, 58 in Norfolk. Yankton with a high of 56 today. Sheldon and Spencer as well as Storm Lake reaching up to 52 today, and Cherokee with a high of 53. So a little bit warmer today compared to where we have been the last couple of days. Overnight tonight, we'll see temperatures drop down into the upper 30s and lower 40s. So again, still going to be a little chilly tonight, and we might see a few showers, especially for parts of southern Siouxland tonight. By tomorrow, that sun's going to make another appearance, and we're going to see warmer temperatures as well. Details in the 9 on 9. Sophie?
All right, thanks, Marcus. The same taxpayers who voted to legalize recreational marijuana in South Dakota in the November election are now paying to fight it in the state's highest court. 54% of South Dakota voters approved Amendment A in November, but Governor Kristi Noem is adamantly against it. Her Highway Patrol Superintendent, Colonel Rick Miller, brought a lawsuit against this amendment. A circuit court judge ruled the amendment violated the state constitution. So now at the end of this month, it heads to the state's highest court. Reporter Bridget Bennett has details on who's footing the bill for all of this litigation.
When Amendment A was first argued in circuit court, South Dakota taxpayers were funding both sides of the legal battle. The state attorney general's office was defending the new state law approved by voters, while the Redstone law firm, a group of private attorneys out of Sioux Falls, argued the case on behalf of Colonel Miller. Ian Feary, Governor Kristi Noem's communications director, says the Redstone law firm will be paid out of the state's extraordinary litigation fund. 3 Redstone attorneys are also working to build the Supreme Court case. Feary says the state has not yet received a bill for the hours the private law firm has spent on the case.
Preparing for the argument is the last step in the process after you've done all the brief writing, all of that type of stuff. The writing and the understanding of the issues really takes a lot more time than actually preparing for the argument in front of the justices.
Sioux Falls attorney Clint Sargent has argued many cases in the state Supreme Court. He says there are too many variables to accurately estimate how many hours a law firm might spend on a case, but preparing the briefs and paperwork take the most billable time. The Redstone law firm has already filed dozens of pages of court documents to the state Supreme Court. Now comes the time to prepare their 20 minutes of oral arguments on April 28th.
When you're preparing for a Supreme Court argument, what most lawyers are hoping for is that the justices ask them questions. So you're actually trying to prepare for what may be unexpected.
Preparation time adding to the bill for South Dakota taxpayers.
Also in the Rushmore State, voters in Clay County will soon be voting on a $41 million jail project there. The Clay County Courthouse in Vermillion was built more than 100 years ago, and county officials tonight say that it's starting to show its age. They cite problems ranging from safety to sewage issues and just a general lack of space. The sheriff says that while the historic building still holds a place in the community, it no longer functions as the center of county government. The issue will be decided by Clay County voters on June 8th. And voters in North Sioux City will head to the polls next week to elect a new mayor and city council person. Patty Teal and Linda Cutzinger will face off in that mayoral race. They will then be looking to take over for Mayor Rod Slater. He took over for former North Sioux City Mayor Randy Frederickson. This after Frederickson resigned over the city council's response last springtime to the COVID-19 pandemic. There will also be an election in North Sioux City's Ward 2. In that race, Gary Bogenreef will face off against incumbent Lisa Cropley. That election will again take place on Tuesday. The polls open at 7 in the morning and stay open till 7 at night, with voting being held at the North Sioux City Fire Hall. Bikers, good news tonight. The registration deadline has been extended for this year's RAGBRAI. This year's event will take place from July 25th to the 31st. Registration is still open for week-long and non-rider options. You could register at ragbri.com/registration. We'll have that up on our website too. And if you registered for last year's event, of course that got canceled, there's more good news. You could transfer that registration to this year's ride. This year's ride passes locally through Lamar's and also in Sac City. Since the weather has been getting warmer, Siouxlanders have been excited for one outdoor tradition to return. Earlier today, Unity Point St. Luke's announced their community garden is returning May 1st for Siouxlanders. The 4-by-8-foot beds are currently being cleaned up for people to rent out starting later this month. Unity Point says that following a year of pandemic, people are eager to get back to gardening outdoors with their neighbors.
I think this year, everybody's been inside for the last year with the pandemic, and so they're pretty anxious. You know, when the weather got nice last weekend, people were pretty anxious to get outside, and I started getting calls about the garden.
If you're interested in renting a garden bed, you could visit our website, SiouxlandProud.com, for the latest information. And of course, the warmer seasons give life to both animals and plants that were dormant all winter, which means you might be noticing bats in or around your home. What to do if one of these creatures gets stuck inside? Coming up.
And it's looking like we're going to have a very pleasant weekend with seasonal temperatures, and also a drier pattern is ahead. Details on all of that after the break.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Sophie Erber and meteorologist Marcus Beasley. This is KCAU 9 News at 5.
Thanks for sticking with us. It seems like some students, if you can see there at the center of your screen gathering, they took advantage of the dry night.
Yeah.
Maybe, I'm going to guess here, to take some prom pictures or some kind of formal dance. They're very dressed up.
Yeah, a great evening to be outside and taking pictures because we're not having that harsh sunlight out there for photos. So we have that overcast cloud cover here throughout Siouxland, and temperatures outside not bad at all. Most of us there in the mid to upper 50s. Currently 57 here in Sioux City, 56 in Wayne and Yankton, 54 degrees in Norfolk, as well as Lamar's, 52 in Cherokee, Storm Lake, Spencer, and Carroll. Weekend. Your 9 on 9 forecast showing a high of 66 on Sunday with plenty of sunshine. Monday looking windy with a high temperature of 55, so noticeably cooler there Monday. Tuesday, 53 degrees, 56 Wednesday. Thursday, 57. We're going to see dry weather throughout much of the week. By Friday, though, it does look like we could see another system bringing us some precipitation into the area, so that's something to keep in mind. But overall, looking like a very nice springtime week ahead. And speaking of springtime, here's a picture sent in from a viewer of some daffodils outside in Morningside. So it's great to see some color on the ground with the grass and with the plants. So it's nice to see those flowers blooming. If you have any pictures to send our way, go to SiouxlandProud.com, click on the weather tab, drop down to send us your pictures, and send some pictures for us to show during our newscast.
That's right. I love this time of year when things start greening up.
Yeah, they start greening up, but the allergies, they start acting up as well.
Yep, in-house. That's already happening to some people here. Thanks a lot, Marcus. Well, slow and steady. That describes a Wichita couple's pet. You guessed it, it's a tortoise, and it's gone missing. The latest on the search, that's coming up. But first, bats returning to Siouxland, and we'll tell you what to do if you find one inside your home. Stay with us.
To save you time at the end of your day,
Tune into your KCAU 9 News at 10.
we'll give you all the important news.
And complete weather coverage, including our 9 on 9 forecast.
All before the first commercial break.
All the news.
All the weather.
And more time, back to you. With warmer springtime weather returning to Siouxland, it also means bats are returning. Reporter Perry Groton sat down with local experts and had some tips on what to do if you find one inside your home.
Rain washes out feeding time for bats to gobble up bugs, so those bats are looking for a dry place to hang out.
So they are probably staying in wherever their roost is, if it's in your attic or in a tree or in an old barn.
Animal Control is already responding to bat calls inside Sioux Falls homes.
If the bat's flying around, then we use a handy-dandy net.
Animal Control only responds to bat calls during regular business hours so they can focus on more urgent calls during off hours, like dog bites. Animal Control officers will still make a priority to respond if a bat has bitten or scratched a person or a pet, but the chances of a bat carrying rabies are only about 1 in 100.
They should not be scared of bats. The bats are not trying to get into their hair or trying to bite them. Bats eat insects, and they're not vampire bats here in South Dakota, so there shouldn't be an issue.
Animal Control wants homeowners to know exactly where that bat is when they arrive on the scene to save time and the trouble of tracking that bat down.
When the bat lands, just watch it for a few minutes. Likely it isn't going to take off and fly again, and then give us a call. Keep watching the bat.
Simply opening a window can provide just the escape hatch needed to rid yourself of a bat boarder in your home.
Well, dogs and cats go missing every day, and they're a lot faster than this pet that's missing from a Kansas home. We'll explain what happened after the break. Where did she go? A Wichita couple is asking that question, and for your help tonight, finding their unique pet. A pet they say is stubborn, but not as slow as you might expect. Reporter Emily Younger has more on the search.
If it's on your front yard, you can't miss it. This is giant tan, brown hump.
Haroon Bari is not referring to a tree stump or a mound of dirt, rather his family's pet tortoise.
And this is the area she escaped from.
The Wichita dad says the 60 to 70 pound herbivore named Matamardigan squeezed through this gate area sometime on Monday, knocking over cinder blocks on the way.
I guess she scooted down and army crawled.
She hasn't been seen since.
She's a roaming animal, so she can actually get a lot further than you would think.
With that in mind, Bari is taking this flyer door to door in his South Wichita neighborhood. His wife has also posted to social media, pleading for some speedy info on their so-called slow-moving escape artist.
It's one of her family members. Just kind of got up and disappeared.
Now they're hoping she'll reappear somewhere, somehow.
Hopefully, if you're watching this and you see a tan lump wandering your street, please give us a call. We'd really like to have her back. It would mean everything.
Taking a live look outside right now in Orange City. Marcus returns with one more check on your forecast. Stay with us. And before we wrap up at 5, let's check in first with Tim for what's coming up at 6. Hi, Tim.
Hey, Sophie. It was 10 years ago today that a massive tornado rolled through Mapleton, Iowa. It literally leveled half of that community. But because of early warning, no one was killed. Take a look back at that historic day coming up tonight at 6. Spalding Park Elementary School was temporarily locked down today as a precaution after local police became involved in a pursuit of 2 people suspected of being involved in a carjacking in Sioux Falls. Police eventually took those 2 people into custody. What we've learned about the case coming up in a half hour. And with the snow melt underway and, well, complete, I guess, to be honest, plenty of snow is now visible in the yards and parks around Siouxland. There's actually an app that helps round up that trash one piece at a time. Find out how it works coming up. And it is amazing how much junk there is left behind after winter, no matter where you look.
Yep. It all collected under the snow, and I'm noticing on the riverbanks, too, you can see a lot of the trash.
Yeah.
So, of course, do your part if you do see that out. And over the weekend, it'll be the perfect time to get out and maybe take a walk along the river.
It's going to be a beautiful weekend. Temperatures this weekend will be in the 60s both tomorrow and on Sunday. We're going to see sunshine both days as well. Next week looks a little bit cooler, dropping into the 50s again.
All right, thank you, Marcus. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend and a good night. Raising kids isn't easy.
Crittenden Center is here to help with the big stuff.
We're teaming up to make the day-to-day challenges a little easier for families in need.
Because every family deserves the chance to succeed.
We hope you'll join KCAU 9 News and Siouxland OBGYN for our 7th annual Stuff the Stroller Drive.
Drop off your donation of diapers and other baby necessities at local Hy-Vee stores.
Thanks to KCAU 9's support, we've provided supplies to thousands of Siouxland families.
Be sure to catch us live every Tuesday afternoon at select Hy-Vees.